Greetings. The last page of the semiconductor PDF review. Okay, I'm very happy and thanks for keeping my speech till here. Okay, so last video of the semiconductor device lectures. So last review topic will be about the memories. Memory. It means something to remember like data or register memory or something special, significant, or anything else. So in this lecture we will see about how the bit will be saved, like 1010, the binary code. In electronic circuit or magnetically or something what electrically, we need a high voltage that is over threshold voltage. It will be called as the high value, that means 1. And something that is low, that is similar to the general volt or lower than 3, surely lower than the threshold voltage, will be called as the low value as 0. Okay, so I hope you got it what I'm saying. So for the memory where we are running is there are two typical architectures and spaces and variations. The first, RAM, random access memory. So what it means? If there is something rooms that save the data and memories. So just pick some room. Pick a room and I access here and save and write the data that's stored in this place. So this is why called as a random access memory. So for the variation of the random access memory will be, for first, static RAM, and second, dynamic RAM, and third, resistive RAM, and fourth, magnificent RAM, and finally last, spin transfer torque RAM, in short, STT RAM. So there are 5 big features of the RAM we are running. First is the static, something firm and hard to keep in place. So the static RAM really has some property that when it keeps power or voltage, it will keep the data inside. Of course, when the power or voltage is cut off or lower, the data will go now. I mean, vanished. Data will be vanished. If no, and probably there are, for many cases, static RAM is the architecture is 6 transistors in one cell. So, of course, I can say how the architecture of this internal looks like, but there is no time to say about this. Sorry. And second, about the dynamic RAM. Dynamic RAM is more easier than the static RAM. 1 transistor in one cell. Of course, static RAM and dynamic RAM and anything else, the RAMs use the sense amp. Sense amplifier. Guess I get a signal from the device from input and output. Something that this is the threshold voltage and the lower voltage or 0 here. And I just got a signal here. something looks like in midterm, but it is higher than the mid or lower the midterm. So for the midterm, for the more than midterms, it maybe means to save data or act, like reading or saving, writing, anything else. So, but changes seconds, no. It only affects the high voltage that is over the threshold voltage itself, or barrier voltage, or between potentials. So, if the signal just kept going inside the transistor will not act, since the signal is under the threshold voltage. So, sense amplifier will have the signals to be more higher or reaching to the threshold voltage, or just being cut off to the lower voltage. So, some original tips of the lectures not included. Okay, so for RM, resistive RAM. Of course, resistive means if the, okay, let's remember about how the MOSFET worked. The MOSFET, the capacitance, total capacitance will be like this. CO accumulation, a strong emitter, also same as the accumulations capacitance as C of value. So why this happen? Why the degradation of the capacitance happens? It's because by the vibrations, capacitance, and it integrates with the capacitance of the offsideness. So by some parasitic capacitance, the total capacitance will be down. And so the resistive, so at here, there is some depletion here. Some depletion will be happened, but the strong impulsion is more strong and it's overwhelming the depletion region size. Maybe the depletion's capacitance is very small, maybe you look like a zero value. So by using this method, using ion of the metal, okay, let's guess. The ions work like a bridge, like the MOSFET channel. By how the channel is wider, resistivity will be down. So this is why the code is RLAM, the resistive RAM, and magnetic field RAM. Okay, maybe you will be heard of the magnetic field. The light is the propagation or wave of electric field and magnetic field. And this is in the M-RAM, magnetic field RAM. And lastly, spin transport torque RAM. We know the molecule, no, sorry, not molecule. Maybe the atoms or even electrons spins. I mean, they spin by opposite angle. So by using this, is the STT spin torque transfer RAM. For the ROM, read on the memories. By comparing from the RAM is more smaller size than ROM, read on the memory, but they have more faster acting and reading and writing speed and more fast access than the ROM, and more precise and more density of the transistors. So anyway, ROM, read only memories. So how can I get an example? Let's get something like USB or HDD hard disk drive is the part of the ROM, random access read-only memory. Of course, in the first generation, when the ROM is just established or made, it was just for seeing and reading the data from this device or disk. But by the generation has been upgraded, the ROM was able to erase the data that inside had by the light or laser. So from the just basic ROM, enhanced ROM, the erasable ROM, and EEPROM, enhanced erasable and programmable ROM. So it means from the first generation, the ROM has were upgraded as to able to write or just reset the data inside, and even write and read and take in a large scale. So this is how the ROM works, how the ROM is used, like USB, SDD, or hard disk drive. Hard disk drive is not using well in this generation. So anyway, so ROM, there are two typical models. First, for ROM, the flash memory. So flash memory stores data that about 1 year, from 1 year to 10 or 20 years. So it means, so how inside the data will be. Okay, so take the most pet here. Here was some hot carrier or hot electrons here, and it jumped, and it just passed the oxide by the hot carrier property or by the strong energy taken from the outside. So anyway, if oxide here, the hot carrier just passed through the oxide layers, then it means it just saves energy or data here. So if there is no outer interrupt or in something voltage related, the data will not be changed or electrons cannot move. So this is how it saves the data. Of course, by the time passed, electrons want to be stable. So maybe it can lose some memories. But there's one good property about that ROM is a very long time stable, saving memories, and the RAM is not long time, but they need to refresh, but maybe they are more easy to build up and making. Okay, thanks for listening. This is my review video. Goodbye, everybody, and take good exam research.